So I'm joined by TeliaSonera CCO Helene. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you here.
Now, one of the things you've been talking about at Mobile World Congress is your new strategy.
Yes.
Give us the main highlights, if you would.
The main highlights.
Yeah.
Well, the main highlights is really based upon this brave new world we're operating in and what that means to us as an operator. And our target is to become the new TeliaSonera, the new generation telco. And it's based on two very simple fundamentals. One is to explore the core we have, which is really exploring the network we have and being customer focused on how we deliver better and more services. And the other is to explore opportunities close to the core. And this is where we go into brand new areas actually, such as M2M, our healthcare focus, cloud marketplace, TV, etc. And those are the two fundamentals of our strategy.
Okay. Now tell us, TeliaSonera has had some well-publicised difficulties over the last few years. You've been in post sort of less than a year. Problems around, Uzbekistan, we're very well publicised, as we said. Why is it different this time? What's new? Why people should think about you differently this time? If you see what I mean.
So I think there are many reasons why you should think about the organization differently. I mean, one is that everything is new in many ways. We have a new board. We have a new group executive management, we have a new CEO, we have a new strategy, we have a new organization, we have a new operating model, and we have new CEOs in most of those countries that you're referring to. So everything is basically new. We also have a whole new governance model. So on that particular topic, we have now a very strict governance model. We have trained 5,000 people in Eurasia on the things that are absolutely pertinent for how you do sustainable business. So it actually doesn't look anything like it did prior to happen what happened. Having said that, those are very different markets to do businesses and the whole dynamics. So that work never stops. So we are very much on top of that. We have Eric Hellberg, who is the Executive Vice President leading Eurasia, but it's part of our business agenda every day. And I think it doesn't stop. It's not like we're done. That's my point. So we've done a lot, and we talk a lot about freedom of speech. There is an anonymous helpline you can call into if you see anything. We take immediate action. And we train people. But that's a continuous work. It never really gets done, I would say.
So a fresh start there. In your sort of more core area of your home markets of the Nordics, you kind of led in LTE 5 years ago. M2M is one of those sort of topics that you mentioned, and we know that kind of it's, I think, something like there's more connected devices per person in the Nordics than anywhere else in the world. So
Nordics is a great market to be for that reason. It drives us forward.
Yeah. Now tell us then, as kind of a leader in that space, what are the sort of the key sort of trends that you're really seeing in the M2M that, from an operator perspective, are really interesting and important takes?
So I think one is that the incredible growth in Nordics even more than the rest of the world. So that helps us, right? It drives us forward. It sets the space. I think the other point is that this is really about joint customer innovation. And that was not the case for telcos traditionally, right? It was a very telco-driven. Here, we are a pioneer in M2M. So we've done our innovation with customers like Anticimex, Tesla, Vattenfall, PostNord. We're doing joint innovation, which I think is a real critical success factor for the industry for the future. Yeah. And that brings us into whole new ecosystems. And we will pick some of the verticals, like you heard Hans talk about the automotive and connected cars. That's a real focus area for us. That's a real one. E-health is another one. Connected buildings has been one that we have really excelled in. So we will pick the verticals and build the ecosystems around that. But I think the fact that we were a pioneer, that we rated as one of the best M2M operators and the best one in our region, and the fact that we have these customer innovation focus areas from the beginning, I think those are going to be critical success factors for us.
So that sounds great, but we know that you've got some targets, revenue targets you put there, 1 billion kroner, 100 million euros. That's not a huge amount. It's not enough to kind of move the needle in terms of like the overall group. Are you guilty, like the rest of the industry, really sort of overhyping this M2M development?
So it's a good question, and I don't think we're overhyping it, because I think we're quite realistic, and we are actually honing in on what's relevant to us. So we're not talking about the whole IoT piece. We're talking about in the Nordics that 20% that will go over mobile connectivity, which is what's relevant to us. So we're not looking at the whole bigger hype of IoT. But you're also right that, of course, 1 billion is not a huge piece of the total TeliaSonera business. And that's our commitment as a first starting point. That's also our commitment that's almost looking only at Nordics. And then we know that we have higher ambitions, both when it comes to how quickly we expand into verticals, but also into other markets. So you can expect us to feel like we're working towards a bigger target and bigger and quicker, but our commitment is that that's what we should definitely be able to do by 2018.
Okay, so if Ensom is not going to move the needle, are we going to see more M&A activity from TeliaSonera like you've just done in Norway? Is that what's really going to sort of drive growth as well?
That's definitely a focus area for us as well, and this depends on market by market, but we both have the bigger, exactly like the bigger M&A activity, like Norway is a big one. We have a JV proposal for Denmark together with Telenor, which is another big one. But you will also see smaller M&As that actually together with what we're doing organically will be needle movers as well. And I mentioned, for example, the enterprise business, which is another we are very, very big in the enterprise business, and that's another very interesting area for us with the ICT and with the convergence, and where we're also acquiring other capabilities to be able to evolve our offerings basically. So yes, you will see both. You will see M&A activities, but also organic focus areas for moving the needle for us.
Okay, Helen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.